I thought I knew my wife of 8 years until a single video destroyed everything I believed about our marriage. What I discovered that night didn't just break my heart, it shattered my entire reality. This is the story of how one weekend changed my life forever. Before we dive in, please subscribe. It means the world to us and helps us bring you more amazing stories. My name is David, and for 8 years, I thought I had the perfect marriage. Sarah and I met in college, built a life together, bought our dream house in suburbia. We had our ups and downs like any couple, but we always worked through them. Trust was never an issue, or so I thought. When Sarah's younger sister Emma announced her engagement, Sarah was over the moon. As the maid of honor, she threw herself into planning the perfect bachelorette weekend in Miami. For weeks, she talked about nothing else: the hotel, the restaurants, the clubs they'd hit. I was actually happy to see her so excited. Our routines had gotten a bit stale lately, and I figured a fun weekend with the girls was exactly what she needed. "You sure you don't mind me going?" she asked the night before, packing her most glamorous outfits. "Of course not," I laughed. "Just promise me you'll behave yourself." She kissed me and winked. "Define behave," she teased. It was the kind of playful banter we'd always shared. I had zero concerns. That Friday, Sarah flew to Miami with Emma and 6 other friends. Throughout the weekend, I got the usual updates: group photos at fancy restaurants, silly videos from their hotel room, pictures of tropical drinks. Everything seemed normal. Fun, even. She called me Saturday night, slightly tipsy but sweet. "Miss you, babe," she slurred into the phone. "Wish you were here." "Having fun?" I asked. "The best. Emma's having a blast. We're about to hit this new club everyone's talking about." "Well, be safe. Love you. Love you more." That was the last normal conversation we'd ever have. Sunday night, she came home exhausted but glowing. She showed me more photos, told me funny stories about Emma's reaction to the male dancers they'd hired as a surprise. We laughed together on the couch, and everything felt perfectly normal. For 3 blissful days, my world remained intact. Wednesday evening, I was scrolling through social media when my phone buzzed with a message from my buddy Jake. "Dude, you need to see this. I'm so sorry." Attached was a link to some gossip blog I'd never heard of. The headline made my blood freeze: "Bachelorette party gone wild. Married woman's shocking behavior caught on camera." My hands were shaking as I clicked the link. The video was grainy, clearly shot on someone's phone in a dimly lit club. But there was no mistaking what I was seeing. My wife was in a back corner booth making out passionately with some guy I'd never seen before. His hands were all over her. She was responding like she was single. I watched in horror as the video continued. She was laughing, whispering in his ear, completely lost in the moment. This wasn't a drunk mistake or a moment of weakness. This was someone I didn't recognize, someone who looked exactly like my wife but was acting like a completely different person. The worst part? The timestamp showed this was Saturday night, just hours before she called me saying she missed me. I must have watched that video 50 times, hoping I was somehow mistaken. Maybe it was someone who looked like Sarah. Maybe the video was fake. But deep down, I knew the truth. My marriage was a lie. When Sarah walked through the door that evening, humming happily and carrying takeout from our favorite Thai place, I was sitting in our living room with my laptop open. "Hey honey, I got your favorite pad Thai." She stopped mid-sentence when she saw my face. "We need to talk," I said quietly. "What's wrong? You look like someone died." I turned the laptop toward her. Her face went white as the video began playing. For maybe 30 seconds, she tried to deny it. "David, that's not—" "I can explain." "Explain what, exactly?" My voice was deadly calm. "Explain how you made out with a stranger while telling me you missed me? Explain how you lied to my face for 3 days. The denials crumbled quickly. Then came the excuses. "It was just one night. It didn't mean anything. I was drunk. The girls were all acting crazy, and I got caught up in the moment. It was like I wasn't even myself." "But you were yourself, Sarah. That's the problem. This is who you really are when you think no one's watching." She broke down crying, begging for forgiveness, promising it would never happen again. But something inside me had fundamentally shifted. The woman I thought I knew, loyal, trustworthy, committed had never really existed. What happened next shocked me even more than the video. As word of the leaked footage spread through our social circle, more truth came to light. Emma, feeling guilty about covering for her sister, finally confessed to me. This wasn't Sarah's first indiscretion. There had been other nights, other trips, other lies. "I thought you knew," Emma said tearfully. "I thought you guys had some kind of arrangement. She always said you wouldn't care because you were so focused on your career." My career. The same career that had me working late nights to afford the house Sarah wanted, the vacation she craved, the lifestyle she demanded. While I was building our future, she was living a double life. The woman I'd been married to for 8 years was essentially a stranger. Friends came forward with stories they'd kept to themselves, seeing her at bars when she claimed to be at work events, suspicious behavior at parties when I wasn't around. The signs had been there all along. I'd just been too trusting or too naive to see them. 6 months later, our divorce was finalized. Sarah fought hard to keep the house and half of everything, claiming the leaked video had destroyed her reputation and mental health. The irony wasn't lost on me. But here's the thing I learned through this nightmare. Sometimes the most devastating betrayals aren't just about what someone does to you. They're about discovering that the person you loved never really existed at all. I'm not the same man I was before that Wednesday evening. I'm more cautious now, maybe even a little cynical. But I'm also free from living a lie. The hardest part wasn't losing Sarah, it was realizing I'd never really had her to begin with. As for Sarah, she's moved to another city, started over. I heard through mutual friends that she's engaged again. I genuinely hope she's found whatever she was looking for, because clearly it wasn't me. Sometimes the people we trust the most are the ones capable of hurting us the deepest, but surviving that betrayal, that's when you discover who you really are. If this story resonated with you, or if you've experienced something similar, let me know in the comments below. And remember, subscribe for more real stories that will make you think twice about the people in your life. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next.